world where military technology shapes the balance of power, no weapon symbolizes the future of strategic warfare more than the bomber. For decades, long-range bombers have been the backbone of deterrence, the ultimate tool to project power across oceans and continents. They are not just planes, they are airborne fortresses, designed to carry the heaviest payloads, break through the toughest defenses, and strike with devastating precision. For the United States, the evolution of this weapon reached a new chapter with the unveiling of the B-21 Raider. Born from decades of experience and lessons learned from the legendary B-2 Spirit, the Raider is not merely an upgrade. It is a revolution in stealth aviation. Built to dominate in the age of satellite surveillance, advanced radar networks, and electronic warfare, the B-21 represents the cutting edge of what the U.S. Air Force calls the next-generation strike platform. Its mission is clear: to ensure that no target on Earth is beyond the reach of American power.
The aircraft's capabilities and specifications. The B-21 Raider is not just a traditional bomber, but a multi-mission aerial platform. Its advanced capabilities make it one of the most dangerous weapons of the modern era. Cutting-edge stealth technology that renders it invisible to even the most powerful radar systems. Equipped with electronic warfare and reconnaissance systems, making it both an eye that sees and an arm that strikes. Able to carry 20,000 pounds of ordnance, from long-range cruise missiles to precision-guided bombs. A speed exceeding Mach 0.8, flying at altitudes of 15,000 meters. In other words, this is an aircraft capable of penetrating any air defense system and reaching the deepest strategic targets in China or anywhere else. Project size. The United States has not approached this project like any previous military program. It allocated a massive budget of $10 billion to produce a vast fleet of B-21 Raider bombers. This is not a small deal, but rather the largest air power investment Washington has made in more than a decade. Even more alarming is that, up to this moment, about 40 aircraft are already under production. A number close to twice the size of the legendary B-2 bomber fleet, which once stood as the ultimate symbol of American air power.
Cost and controversy. The B-21 Raider program did not pass quietly. The cost of a single aircraft alone reaches around $700 million. This astronomical figure sparked intense debate within the U.S. Congress. Some politicians labeled it a waste of taxpayer money, while the Pentagon strongly defended the program, insisting that secrecy and high costs are the price of maintaining military superiority. And while politicians argued, the U.S. military was moving quickly, building an air fleet designed to make any rival, whether China or Russia, think 1,000 times before entering into a direct confrontation.
American tactics for launching the airstrike. The United States does not rely solely on air power as numbers, but also on smart tactics. The first step is suppressing Chinese air defenses through fighters like the F-35 equipped with stealth technology, and anti-radar missiles such as HARM, which paralyze the ability of Chinese radars to detect the attack. After that comes the role of the B-2 and B-21 bombers, capable of infiltrating without being detected and striking strategic infrastructure deep inside China, such as command centers, ammunition depots, and air bases. At the same time, the U.S. employs advanced electronic warfare to disrupt Chinese communication and command systems, so that Chinese forces lose coordination between their units. With spy satellites and drones, American forces can monitor every movement in real time and adjust their plans instantly. In this way, the first strike turns into a lethal combination of massive firepower, stealth technology, and dominance over cyberspace, making any Chinese response slow and weak compared to the speed of the American attack. Objectives of the first air strike. The first American strike is never random. It is carefully planned to cripple China's ability to respond. The main objectives are: 1. Chinese air bases, destroying runways and fighter shelters to prevent China from launching counter-air operations. 2. Ballistic missile and anti-ship platforms. China possesses carrier-killer missiles like the DF-21D and DF-26, which are the greatest threat to the U.S. fleet. Taking them out in the first hours is a top priority. 3. Command and control centers, whether located underground or above the surface, disabling them means the Chinese leadership loses control over its forces. Fourth, radar networks and air defenses. Destroying or paralyzing them with electronic attacks and anti-radar missiles gives U.S. forces freedom of movement in the skies. 5. Naval bases, especially those near the South China Sea, to strike submarines and destroyers before they can deploy. What makes the first strike so dangerous is that it targets China's core power centers deep inside the country, not just along the coasts, applying massive pressure from the very first moment.
In the end, the B-1 Lancer strategic bomber is not just a military aircraft, but a message of power and readiness from Washington. Its supersonic speed, massive payload, and ability to fly long distances without frequent refueling make it a decisive element in any potential confrontation. With rising tensions between the United States and China in the South China Sea and the Pacific, the appearance of the B-1 on the scene reaffirms America's commitment to maintaining its air superiority and long-range deterrence. It is not just a war machine, but also a political tool that shapes the balance of power and defines the nature of conflict in the decades to come.